Alright, what's up, guys? I've got the monthly update for you today. Got a lot to show in this video. Mainly vinyl and CDs, not that many tapes. It's been a busy fucking month, I'll say that. Between work and then me and my girlfriend went on vacation. We just got back early last week. I guess technically last week since today's Saturday, or earlier this week, whatever you consider to be the last day of the week, which I consider the last day of the week to be Saturday, so I guess it would be earlier this week. So, yeah, we went to Key West. That was lots of fun. It was nice to get away from a while. I hadn't been on a legit vacation in a while, so, mainly because of COVID, so, just like everybody else. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it because, like I said, we got a lot to get through. Lots of 2021 releases in this video, and I know some people are gonna ask. You're probably gonna hear the bird throughout the video. I tried getting him out. He doesn't want to come out. Otherwise, I would have brought him in with the video. But he's been very reserved lately, so I'll just leave it at that. Alright, so let's get started. First tape, this is Cassette Quintet, Silence of the World Beyond. The latest cassette reissue through Impure Wedding Productions. They did a really nice job on this, as they do a nice job on all of their releases. So, very nice. Just very essential Swedish melodic death metal. Showed the CD in an update not too long ago. If it wasn't the last one, it was the one before. But yeah, great shit. Cassette Quintet. And next up we have Drawing the Light, Varkolasi Rising. I didn't have this one on tape, so I was placing an order with Tour de Garde. I order from Tour de Garde quite frequently just because they, it's mainly from their Discog store, just because they have so much shit, and it's such a variety. It's like stuff that you can't really find anywhere else, whether it's stuff that's been sold out for years or whatever. And also, it's fucking cheap as hell for people that live in the States because of, the Canadian dollar versus the US dollar. So yeah. Just plain black tape. That's very solid album. I remember when this came out, it was kind of a disappointment compared to From the Abyss, but it's still a solid album. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably felt the same way, but I don't know. I hope I'm not in the minority because I thought this album was a huge disappointment compared to From the Abyss. But anyways, still a solid album. Drawing the Light, Varkolasi Rising. And I also picked up Paradise Slaves as well, which was an EP that came out a year or two after this album did. I can't remember. It was either 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. Just a plain black tape like the other one. Because this guy also got the vinyl treatment a few years back. I think it was Iron Bonehead co-released it, or it was put in a compilation with the 10th Region of the Night demo. But yeah, so yeah, very good EP. I really liked this one when it came out. Very good stuff. So that's Drawing the Light, Paradise Slaves. Fuck, and I'm gonna try my best to pronounce the name of this band. Fuck. So this is a French band. This is Gore Alcran, something like that. I'm probably really butchering that shit, but yeah. So this is a demo. I'm pretty sure it's considered a demo. This is the only thing that this band has done. It was a one-man project. I believe it's no longer active. But Tour de Gar put out the tape a few years back. And this is a pretty solid release. I don't even remember how I discovered this project. No contact. I cannot remember for the life of me. But the guy behind this project, he's been involved with quite a lot of other things, mainly doing artwork for bands. I was just looking through Metal Archives, seeing what else he was involved in. He's done artwork for a lot of other bands, not just in black metal, but in other genres as well. Some popular bands too. I was kind of surprised. Can't remember the bands off the top of my head, but if you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But he also played in Somber Chemin back in the day, but I don't think he actually played on any of their releases. I think he was like the vocalist or something. So that was kind of cool. But anyways, this is a very solid demo. Kind of got a little bit of mixture of, thrashy black metal to like kind of traditional second wave black metal. But yeah, it's pretty solid. I'll say that. So yeah, definitely go check that out. I'll have the link in the description. So because I don't want to try to pronounce the name of that band again. All right, move on to the CDs. This is Aryan Blood with Eternal Strife. So funny thing about this, it's actually comes in a like a card sleeve. But what I did was, because when I found that out, when I bought this, I was so pissed, because it's just like, I don't understand. At least, at the very fucking least, do a digipack. But it's like, these stupid little card sleeves are just so shitty. It's such a fucking disgrace. So what I did was, I snipped the top of the card sleeve, right? And I just took an empty jewel case, and I just slid it right in. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut this down here, and on the side right there, put this on the front, and then put this on the back of the tray. So I'm probably going to do that at some point. But yeah. So I thought that was just kind of a neat little trick. But yeah. So anyways, Aryan Blood, Eternal Strife, excellent. I fucking love Aryan Blood so much. Just the riffs are just fucking amazing. And Out of the Dungeon put this release out. I think this is a fairly recent reissue. It can't be more than like maybe 3 or 4 years old. But yeah, excellent EP though. Definitely go check that out if you haven't. I mean, I've been talking about Aryan Blood quite frequently, so be surprised if you haven't checked them out at this point. So yeah, Aryan Blood, Eternal Strife. Next up we have Aryan Hammer. We're just going to get out all the Aryans at this point. So this is a project from Finland, and this is the only thing that this band has put out. I got the tape. I think this came out in 2017. I got the tape like back when it came out, and I was just like really impressed. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot, and I just kind of bought it as a blind buy, and just I was completely blown away by how good it was. Just a single page booklet there. But yeah, very, very good release. Definitely go check that out if you haven't. Not sure if it's on YouTube or not. I'll see if I can find a link. If not, maybe it's on BitChute, because, at this point, a lot of this stuff is going to be moving to BitChute, because YouTube lately has just been doing a massive purge. Like, it's the same thing with Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Like, you can't even make a semi-vulgar comment these days. Like, the last few times I've tried to make, like, those kind of comments on YouTube, they've gotten just automatically removed. Like, they don't, like, with no rhyme or reason. Yeah, it's stupid what's becoming of all that shit these days. And I've said a bunch of times that if it wasn't for keeping up with bands and labels, I would not have social media at all. I don't really consider YouTube to be social media, but holy fuck, it's getting so bad. But anyways, let's move on. We have Bill Skinner with In Flames of Purification. So recently I had gotten the vinyl of this, and I also got the CD as well. This is the first press CD on Millennium Metal Music. I know a lot of people are still holding out for those Bill Skinner reissues. Single page booklet. Not a whole lot going on there. So there's that, Bill Skinner and Flames of Purification. I mean, and I have the compilation, the semi kind of new compilation with this and what's it called? It's that one EP or demo that they released them together as a compilation. I have that, but I don't know. I really like this album, and I wanted the first press, so yeah. So that's Bill Skinner and Flames of Purification. If you don't know it, get on it. That's pretty essential shit. All right, next up, this is I think this is a Quebec band. I think this is another Quebec band. I had this recommended to me by somebody. I don't remember who it was, but this is Chatiment. And this is the only thing that this band has done so far, if memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the only thing that they released. And I don't speak French, so I'm not going to try and pronounce the title. But this is very much in the style of Quebec, the typical Quebec black metal. I'd go as far as to say even a bit heavier at times, especially with the vocals. But yeah, very solid stuff though. And of course, Tour de Gare put this out, so that's where you can get it from if you are interested. But yeah, very good stuff. That's Chatiment. Alright, next up we have Joining the Light, Lost Kingdoms of a Dark Age. So this is another one of those Joining the Light releases where I didn't have it on all three formats. I got it for super fucking cheap off Discogs and a few bucks. You know, I figured why not pick it up because I still needed it on CD. And this is probably one of Asgore's best EPs. I would say I'd probably tie this one with The Weeping Moon as like my two favorite Joining the Light EPs. Just a single page there. So yep, there's Gat. You shouldn't, if you really want this, then you won't have a hard time trying to find it. It's readily available on Discogs. Alright, next up we have more Drowning the Light. This is A Pact with Madness. So this is the first time that this album has been released on CD. Most people know, I mean most people already know this, but for those of you that don't know, it was previously only released on vinyl, which I do have the vinyl as well. I think Obscure Abhorrence did the vinyl release. I could be totally fucking wrong, but yeah, so this is more or less an experimental album. It says here in the booklet that it's improvised, but to the degree of improvisation is something that I don't know. Then you got lyrics and stuff in the booklet. I've said quite often that this is my least favorite Drowning the Light album, but I'm going to retract that statement because I'll go large amounts of time without listening to this album, but every time I listen to it, I like it a lot more, and I think it's definitely moved up the rankings as for me as far as Drowning the Light albums go. So and I just re-listened to it again today before filming this video, and I was just like, you know what, this is such a great album. I was like, I feel so bad for ever shitting on this album, but yeah. So yeah, it's nice to see that this was finally, you know, saw the light of day on CD, and you know, it's one of the things I've always said that I like about Asgore is that he is, for the most part, very good about keeping his stuff in press. I think he just announced the other day that 2 sold-out Drowning the Light releases are going to be put together in a compilation on CD. I think it was the Vampires of a Dead Age release, and maybe it was Flames of Sacrifice, I think. So that's cool, you know. It's cool that he's keeping up with it and doing what he can to make his stuff available. But yeah. So definitely hop on this while you still can. It's only limited to 200 copies. So pick it up if you want it. That's Drowning the Light with A Pact with Madness. And next up we have a 2021 release. This is Goat Blood with Supreme Triumph of Evil. So this is the first Goat Blood album since, I believe Hate Division came out in 2017. I think it was like the very end of 2017. So it's been a while since we've had a new Goat Blood album. And this one, my only bone to pick with this album is that it's too short. It's even shorter than Defiance and Intolerance, which that album is barely 30 minutes long. This one clocks in at about 23 minutes. It's almost 24 minutes. It's in between. And it's just like, this could have just been an EP, you know. I don't even know why it's classified as a full length, but you know what, whatever. But, all that bullshit aside, this is a very solid album. I also believe this is their first material with their new vocalist. I'm pretty sure they have a new vocalist now. I remember reading that somewhere. But yeah, another single page booklet. And also put out through Dark Adversary, just like the other albums. But yeah, this is a very good album. It's got basically, case is kind of fucked up right there. Anyways, it's got basically everything Goat Blood's been known for at this point. Raw black metal, good riffs. I think this is like the first album where they've had like a instrumental. It's kind of like an interlude, I guess is the better word to use. But yeah, so just kind of a little bit more diverse than the past 2 albums. But other than that, it's still Goat Blood at the core. So yeah. Really good album. I just wish that it would have been at least 10 minutes longer. So like 2 more songs, and then I would have been, you know, much more satisfied. All right, next up. So this one, album I talked about in the last update, I think. I'm actually going to talk about this album twice in this video. This is Midwinter with At the Sight of the Apocalypse Dragon. So went ahead and picked me up a CD copy. After picking up that tape copy, I was just like, fuck, this is just one of those albums where like I need to own it on every format because it's that good. So this is the reissue on Death Records. Basically, this is basically the U.S. pressing of it. Most people are already familiar with this, but if you're not, it's just excellent Swedish black metal, melodic. You know, definitely recommended for fans. Recommended for fans. I can't fucking talk. Of like Vinterland, Dissection, and shit like that. Just very fucking good. So, check out Midwinter if you haven't. And next up, we have Odium with The Sad Realm of the Stars. It's the first press, Nocturnal Arts Productions. This is probably my all-time favorite symphonic black metal album. And that's saying quite a lot. I mean, this album is just so fucking good. I mean, I would go as far as to say that this album is better than God, I might get severely fucking like. I might get severe hate for this, but I don't even give a shit. I like this album more than the early Emperor shit. It's. I don't know. There's just something about this album that just really stands out. I mean, it's got the riffs, the atmosphere. It doesn't fucking, rape you with the synths too hard. It's very, very good. And plus, these guys were fucking amazing live. So, yeah, like I said, I think this is better than, In the Night Side Eclipse, Anthems, a lot of those other, Norwegian symphonic bands. I would put this above all of that because it's that good. But anyways, I know there's people are going to be ripping me a new one in the comments, but you know what? Go ahead, I don't give a shit. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, Odium, Sad Realm of the Stars. If you want fucking top-notch Norwegian symphonic black metal, look no further. It literally does not get any better than this album. Alright, next up. I've been trying to get albums and stuff by this project for a while, and there was one day I really just buckled down and just really searched hardcore, to find one. So this is Stormheit with, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but I believe this is his third full length. But anyways, Stormheit is better known for being in Goat Moon and Moon Citadel. And then before Moon Citadel, Empire of Therafita. But he also has a solo project. It's basically folky black metal. Not really black metal vocals, but the instruments are definitely... let me put it this way. So Moon Citadel could easily be a Stormheit album if you replace the black metal vocals with clean vocals. So that basically sums up what his solo material is about. And this is probably my favorite of his. It's just really good stuff, man. I mean, I'm pretty picky with, like my folky kind of shit, but goddamn, he's such a great songwriter. And no, not just in terms of musicianship. I was gonna say not just in terms of the musicianships with the lyrics, but I was like, well, I can't read the fucking lyrics because I don't speak Finnish. But yeah, just the song compositions overall are just very good. So yeah, I got this from I got it from Woodcut Records, which is a label from Finland. So if you're interested, that's where you can pick it up if they still have copies. I haven't seen it for sale anywhere else. I think it's banned on Discogs. That's why I couldn't get it from there. But yeah, just a very, very good album. Absolutely one of my favorite albums in general to just come out of Finland. So, and I would go as far as to say that Stormheit is my favorite, Finnish black metal musician. He knows his shit. So. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, excellent stuff. Definitely check this out. If you like Moon Citadel, obviously this doesn't have the black metal vocals, but the folky, the black metal groundwork is still there. So check it out if you haven't. That's Stormheit. All right, next up, I got a couple CDs here by the same band, but I cannot remember which one of these came out first. So I'm just going to kind of go with it. Total Vernichtung. I talked about this band. It was either the last update or the one before that. Excellent black metal band from Austria. Just killer fucking riffs. Very, kind of punky vibe. Very punky kind of black metal vibe. So, it's very much reminds me of, Saloon Vihalainen. But this project I think is better. So yeah, this is one of the albums. I don't remember if this is the first or the second full length. Yeah, you got the guy behind the project there. Picture of him behind the disc. cannot pronounce the album title, so there's that. And here's the other one that I picked up. And both of these albums are just so good. IG Farben put these out, but I got both of these from Vinlandic Werewolf distribution. Another picture of him right there, that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you want fucking excellent riffs, look no further. This project will definitely satisfy your riff cravings. So yeah, check out Total Vernicton if you haven't. Fuck me, I can't believe I just did that. But anyways, check it out if you haven't. I'll have a link in the description. Getting a little restless, man. It's already 25 minutes in. I just need some water. Alright, so we got a couple more CDs left. Next up, we have another 2021 release. This is Varkalasi with Among the Cloud Graves. So this is another project featuring Asgore and Michael Ford, I think is his name, from the guy from Black Funeral, I'll just say that. So this is another one of their projects, and this is new. This is the debut full-length, and I have to say, this album really blew me away. I definitely wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. I would say that I liked this album more than the last Black Funeral and Journey the Light album. Like this album's really good, guys. If you haven't heard this, definitely go check it out. Because at first, when this was announced, I was just like, holy fuck, like, I was thinking in my head, like, how many goddamn projects are these two gonna have? You know? And then when I got done listening to this album, and I was just like, wow, that was really good. Because, you know, they also have that Strigoi project that they released that full-length album for that a couple of years ago, and that album was pretty good. But this album, holy shit, I think they both really outdid themselves on this. Very, very good. So, go pick it up from Dark Adversary. That's where I got it. It's limited to 300 copies, so get it while it's available. Hoping it'll get, I'm assuming it's going to get a vinyl press at some point. And if I were a hazard to guess, it's probably going to be Iron Bonehead. So, but yeah, looking forward to it. Very, very good album. Definitely, I would say definitely one of my favorites so far this year. So, check it out if you haven't. That's Varkalasi with Among the Cloud Graves. And the last CD, we have the Greek bad boy, Wolfknot, Project Ordensburg. So this is the most recent reissue on IG Farben. I think a different label did the first CD press. But anyways, very solid album from Mr. Athelwolf. And I also got this from Vinlandic Werewolf. I ordered a bunch of CDs from that distro. I mean, it's definitely a good. Vinlandic Werewolf is a good distro if you're looking for band shit. If you're in the States, because he's got a lot of good selection, and he really gets a lot of that, you know, band stuff in that's, you know, otherwise you'd have to buy overseas and whatnot. So yeah. Because before seeing this on his distro, I'd only seen this CD, I think maybe it was Primitive Reaction that had copies of this. But I'm glad I waited until I found it on his distro. Because you can never have too much Wolfknot stuff, that's for sure. But yeah, Wolfknot, Project Ordensburg. That. Alright, so now we move to the vinyl. The vinyl, we got much more 2021 releases. Alright, you know what? Before I do this, I'm going to move, just so I have a little bit more room, I'm going to move these up here. I'm going to move these up here. Yeah, that, just so I have a little bit more room to work here. Put this kind of like that. There we go. Alright. Alright, so the first record. This is Ancestral Shadows with Woven Mysteries of Ancient Lore. So Ancestral Shadows I have talked about before. I believe it was in the last video. I can't even remember now, so if it wasn't in the last video, it was in the video before. But in other words, it was in a recent collection update. So this is their latest full-length from 2019, I believe. Co-released through Go to Warwick's and Death Hymns. And Ancestral Shadows is bar none one of the best U.S. black metal bands going. I can say that about a lot of U.S. Bands, but these guys are definitely deserving of that spot. So it comes on a purple vinyl, which is really nice. And then you got this, I'm not really a fan of this poster, which I think that's what it's supposed to be, but yeah. And then you got inner sheet here with lyrics and band photos and shit on the other side. Yeah, these guys are just so fucking good. This album is great. I think I like the last one a little bit more, Sorrows of Centuries Past, but this one is still really good. And because it's a Go to Warwick's release, it comes with a stupid fucking Obi strip. You know what's really fucking sad? Is that there are people that buy Go to Warwick's releases strictly because it comes with Obi strips. And it makes them look cooler. That's the sad part. But anyways, very, very good album. Definitely go check out Ancestral Shadows if you have not. If you haven't, you are missing out big time. Alright, next up. It's another project I've talked about a couple of times. Pull out all that stuff here. So this is a Tesh with demo 6 and 7. That's other than the I guess I'll just say it. That's literally the only things on here that are actually in fucking English. So yeah, demo 6 and 7. Both are pretty solid demos. You just got a single-sided insert here with the guy behind the project, which at this point everybody knows that it's the Asrar guy. So, as myself and many others have said, this is straight up a Vathana worship project and should definitely be checked out if you like Vathana. Labels, they're both black vinyl, not really anything special to show. And from what I've seen, this is still pretty available. I know last time I checked Arcane Altar, they still had copies of these. So, yep. That's a Tesh. And then we got some more Tesh too. This is the a Tesh split with xenophobic ejaculation, which I'm not a fan of xenophobic ejaculation just because I don't care for noise projects. I don't see the point. I know a lot of people like that kind of stuff, but it's just not for me. So I bought this strictly for the attached side. The attached side is great. Um, it's literally what you would expect if you've heard any other attached release. The xenophobic ejaculation side is fucking weird. It has this really annoying, like, kind of ringing noise sound, which I guess is why it's called a noise project, that just kind of rings throughout the whole track, but at the same time the track is building up to, you know, I guess it sounds like a crowd or whatever. I don't know. It's just it's weird, and it's not my thing. But anyways, there's the insert. We got the attached side and the xenophobic ejaculation side. Then the labels, it's just black vinyl. So there's that attached xenophobic ejaculation split. I mean, if you're like myself and you're not a fan of, you know, noise and shit like that, I'd say it's definitely worth picking up just for the attached side. Alright, next up we have a 2021 release. This is Atarsi with their latest full length. And it's in French, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Nice gatefold there, put out through Purity Through Fire. Right there. So, the last album, Sequania, that album was fucking awesome. I mean, that was, at that point, in my opinion, that was Atarsi's best album. And I didn't really think that they would be able to top it. And to be honest, I don't think they topped it with this album. But, this is a big but, this album is fucking good. It's definitely, I didn't like this one as much as Sequania, but this album is still really, really good. I mean, they definitely came pretty close to topping it. So yeah, you got the lyric sheet right there, which is all in French. And then I got the red black splatter. Very nice. So yeah, definitely go give this a listen if you haven't. I mean, 2021 is just pumping out so many good releases this year. It's so hard to keep up. And then on top of, you know, I mean, we're only at the end of May. You know, we're not even halfway through the year yet. I can only imagine what is still to come. But yeah, go check this out if you haven't. You won't be disappointed. Excellent French black metal. And Atarsi is one of the best. So, give that shit a listen. Alright, so I have absolutely no clue how to pronounce the name of this next band. I'm just gonna guess because I tried looking up it up on Google Translate because I was that desperate to figure out how to pronounce it, and I'm just gonna try to remember how it was pronounced. But if somebody knows the proper way to pronounce this album, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know how to pronounce the name of this band. But anyways, I think it's like Jetha or Chetha or Jetha, I don't know. Here's the name of the band right there. You can see how it's spelled. But yeah, so anyways, this is a band, this is another one of those Quebec bands. But this band's definitely one of the better ones. Definitely doesn't really get enough recognition. I think this is the second full length. Either second or third, I can't remember. But anyways, this is the vinyl put out through Stress Hormones Records, which that's a terrible name for a record label. Like, hey, dude, what what label are you signed to? Stress Hormones Records. Like, I don't know what the fuck somebody was smoking when they decided on that label name, but whatever. I mean, I've heard some stupid fucking label names, but I think that one takes the cake. But anyways, Got this off Discogs for a decent price. I mean, it's still hasn't been reissued recently. But this is just excellent Canadian black metal. Like I said, it's definitely up there with some of the best. And then this is the red vinyl variant, which I think was either a 100 or 200 copy limitation. Can't remember. But definitely go check this band out if you haven't. Because I don't know how to pronounce it, I will be sure to have a link in the description. But definitely go check this band out. It's excellent Canadian black metal. I'll just show the name there again. I'm not going to try and pronounce it again, but yeah. And then, of course, the name of the album is in fucking French. So, La Mort du Prince Noir. I don't know. I'm assuming that probably translates to the death of a prince. The death of Prince something. I don't know. But yeah. Very good shit. And next up, we have a U.S. band that I have talked about before. Finally was able to get this album on vinyl. I guess they must have did a repress or something, because now I've been seeing it pop up everywhere. This is Ebony Pendant with Incantation of Eschatological Mysticism. God, I don't know. But anyways, U.S. black metal, I'm going to say it, U.S. black metal at its best. Just really good stuff, good songs, good riffs, you know, everything you need. Here's the insert. Double-sided. Yeah, one of my favorite albums to come out last year for sure. Just really, really good stuff. And then that new EP put out was just, God, it was just even better. But yeah, so this was sold out for a while. Asrard released this. This was sold out for a while. Every time like places like Arcane Altar would stock it, it would just sell out like that. But they finally got it in stock, and I was able to get a copy before it sold out. So they must have did like another print run or something, because now I've been seeing it pop up everywhere. So that's nice, because I really wanted this shit on vinyl. So if you want some more good U.S. black metal, definitely go check this band out. Good shit. That's Ebony Pendant. Alright, next up, we actually have some Dungeon Synth. And this is another Asra release. This is Hacks and Dreams with Dawn. So I think this project is from Finland, if I'm correct. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So this is, like I said, Hacks and Dreams with Dawn. This is their newest full-length. I think this is a full-length, I don't know. So Hacks and Dreams is one of those Dungeon Synth projects that I do really like. As you guys know with me, you know, Dungeon Synth is hit or miss. I don't like this one as much as the one that came before that, which I'm still looking for a copy of that. Forgot what the name of the album is called, but I'm still looking for a copy of that on vinyl, but I have not been able to find it for a good price. So yeah, just black vinyl. Yeah, if you want a good Dungeon Synth project to check out, this is definitely one that you should give a listen. It's none of that, you know, stupid, gay, dino crap. This is actually good. So yeah, Hacks and Dreams, Dawn. All right, next up we have, I guess I would consider this a grail. It's definitely something that I really fucking wanted. So this is Crystal Knot with War Spirit. So yeah, this is the picture disc that was originally put out through Darker Than Black. Can't remember the year that it came out. It was early on in the 2010s or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, limited to 300 copies. I got number 89. So I bought this strictly for collector's purposes, just because I love Crystal Knot and I really wanted this picture disc. And I like picture discs. I think picture discs are cool. I like collecting them. You know, sue me. Because I know a lot of people don't like picture discs. But anyways, so previously, or before recent years, this was the only vinyl pressing of this release. I think it was 2019, Asrar reissued War Spirit, and then either last year or early this year, another label reissued War Spirit as well. So nowadays, it does have a proper vinyl reissue. But there's not really much to show here. It's literally just the back page here and then the picture disc. And then you have the back side of the picture disc, which is the guy behind the project. Yeah, it's just a very nice picture disc. The big one that I'm still trying to go after right now is the Signer Volin one, but God, that one's probably even more scarce than this one. It's just so fucking hard to find. And I get people all the time that they comment on my videos and they're just like, "Where do you get your stuff? Where do you get?" And it's just like, guys, like, I'm always actively searching for what I'm looking for. You know, if it's not banned on Discogs, it's on my want list. You know, if it's something I can only find on eBay, then I make sure to have it on my saved searches on eBay. You know, I follow bands and distros and labels on social media so I can get the updates. You know, you subscribe to newsletters. Like, people, like, I don't know, I feel like I need to say this because I just get so many people that are like, oh, how do you find all this rare stuff? And it's like, because I'm actively searching for it. You can't just sit on your ass and wait for the next Hell's Headbangers update to have your shit. You know, like, you have to actively search for it. You know, yeah, I mean, it's just like looking for a job. You can't just sit on your ass and expect to get, employed. I get that all the time. And then I'll tell people ask me, where do you get your band stuff? And it's like, well, eBay, you can try the Black Vault forum. But then, when you get to those platforms, you're essentially dueling with other people to get those releases. Because with eBay, you got auctions. With the Black Vault, it's just like first come, first serve. Or whoever the fuck the seller feels like selling to, So it's one of those things where it's like, you have to be proactive about it. So I just felt like I really needed to say that because I'm getting so tired of people asking me where I get my stuff, how I get it. It's getting really fucking annoying. It's like, guys, it's not rocket science. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Alright, let's continue. Next up we have Lament in Winter's Night with At the Gates of the Eternal Storm. So I did show the CD version of this. I believe it was in the last update. Maybe it was in the one before. I don't know. Like I said, at this point, it's all just a fucking blur. But anyways, another fucking just solid as fuck black metal release. This release is just so fucking good. I cannot say enough good things about this. But yeah, this is the vinyl release put out through Altair Productions. So I missed the initial run of this record. But luckily, Arcane Altar always saves the day, and they got it in stock, and I was able to grab it. So there is the insert. And it also comes with a poster. This is a nice poster. This is how you do posters. That is how you fucking do posters. And it's just black vinyl. So yeah. But yeah, trust me guys, this is one release you do not want to sleep on. This is a 2020 release, but I actually didn't hear this album until this year. So yeah, check that out if you haven't. That's Lament in Winter's Night at the Gates of the Eternal Storm. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to talk about this album again, because I also picked it up on vinyl. We have Midwinter at the Sign of the Apocalypse Dragon. So this is the first time this album has ever been reissued on vinyl. Put out through Devil's Elixir Records. Limited to 500 copies. I have number 448. And I actually got this from Nuclear War Now. They may still have copies. I don't know. Comes with an insert with lyrics. And also comes with a double-sided poster with the album artwork there. And then you got this one on this side, which I don't know who the fuck would use this side when this side is like 1,000 times cooler. And then it does come on this red, and you can see like a little bit of black in there. So I guess like a red and black merge kind of thing going on there. I'll just drop the poster on the floor. So that's awesome. My only bone to pick with this is that it wasn't a double, or it wasn't a gatefold. I'm definitely in that, picky vinyl collector, group that hates double LPs that aren't in gatefold sleeves. But anyways, overall, a good reissue. Did a pretty good job overall. Good reissue of an excellent album. Alright, next up. God, this is probably going to be my longest update. Alright, next up, another 2021 release. This is Odal. So yeah, newest Odal album. Basically, if you know Odal, you basically know what to expect from this. The sound really hasn't deviated a whole lot from the early albums. And this is another solid release. So this is actually a printed inner sleeve. You got lyrics, band photo right there. And then this comes on like a silver with blue kind of mix vinyl. So this is a good album, right? But as much as I hate to say it, this is probably my least favorite Odal album. I don't know what it was about it, but this one just did not hit me as hard as any of the other albums did. But for what it's worth, that's not really saying a whole lot, because pretty much everything, Tuck-In has done with Odal has been, grade A, top-notch, German pagan black metal. I just felt that this was not as strong as some of the other material. But other than that, though, it's a solid album. It's decent. It's just not one of my favorites. So that's Odal. Go give it a listen. Next up, we have a French band that made an incredible comeback. And is definitely one of my favorites. And of course, I'm talking about Seth. Latest full length, La Morsure du Christ. I think that translates to the death of Christ. I don't know. I don't speak French, so I'll leave that up to my French viewers. So yeah, put out through Season of Mist. Yeah, Season of Mist put this out. Very nice gatefold. So this album is a return to the sound of the debut album. And this is supposed to be a part 2 to that album. Nice booklet with pictures and shit. I'm not going to show every page, but you guys get the gist of it. And it is a double LP. I just got black vinyl. I think there was a couple of other variants. I think the reason why I got black vinyl is because it was the only variant that was available in the States, and I didn't feel like spending what would have probably been like an extra $20, buying it from European distro, from the European Season of Mist shop, just to get a color variant, because I gotta pay for the markup on the color variant, because you got distros that they put markups on the color variant, which pisses me off. And Season of Mist is notorious for that. Them, along with a few other ones that I can name, but got that plus the fucking shipping cost. So I was like, you know what? I'm just getting the black vinyl. I don't give a shit. But anyways, oh fuck, you know what? Also, so I forgot. I will show one of the records because side D has an etching. So I will show that. Yeah. Pretty sure it's supposed to go like that. That would make more sense. Not like the other way that I was trying to do. But yeah. Pretty cool. So as far as the record itself goes, it definitely is a true follow-up to that debut album. It's very good. I definitely don't like it as much as the first album, but this is still a very, very solid album. Really good shit. I really need to give it another listen, to see, 100% where my opinion stands, but from listening to it last, it's a very solid album. Good follow-up to the first album. Just not quite as good as that first album, but I mean, that first Seth album is just in a league of its own. It's so damn good. I don't think anything could top that album. But yeah, Seth, La Morsure du Christ. Alright, time for another 2021 release. We have Spectral Wound with a Diabolic Thirst. So, I'm gonna straight up fucking say it. And I've been saying it ever since it came out. This was a major fucking disappointment compared to Infernal Decadence. I don't know. I just didn't think the songs were as good on this album. And I kind of expected a bit more. A lot of it felt just kind of like leftovers from Infernal Decadence, and it's just, I don't know. And plus, the album cover's stupid as fuck. Like, honestly, how can anybody look at that and say that that's a good album cover? Because it's not. I just feel like this album was half-assed. But anyways, put out through Profound Lore. You got a lyric sheet, all that shit, and then I just got black vinyl. Nothing special. Luckily, I was able to grab this from a US distro. I think that all they were carrying was black vinyl. But yeah, I would say if I had to give this album a grade, I would give it. I think I would give it. I think I would give it a 7. I think a 7 out of 10 would be fair. I mean, it did have its moments, but overall, I just felt like it was just not as good. And then I remember somebody on fucking Facebook was saying, they were like, because they were kind of in the same thought with me, that it wasn't as good. And then somebody was like, oh, it's not as hyped as Infernal Decadence was that, therefore it's not as good. And I fucking commented, and I was just like, that literally has nothing to do with it. It's just straight up not as good. Like, like Infernal Decadence wasn't even promoted like to shit. This album has gotten way more promotion than Infernal Decadence did, in my opinion. But I mean, that album can stand by itself. It's just so damn good. And Infernal Decadence was my favorite album that came out that year. But I just did not think that this album, was a good follow-up. I felt like it was pretty weak. But with that album, I wasn't expecting Spectral Wound to top that album, but I felt like they could have done so much better. But anyways, still a decent effort. I just was a little disappointed. So I would say if I've had a disappointment so far this year, it was definitely this album. Alright, we got 2 more left, guys. Bear with me. I know it's been over a fucking hour. Alright, next up, we have Vargavinter with Frostfod. Vinyl reissue through Devil's Elixir, the same label that did the Midwinter reissue. So, this album had actually been released on vinyl before. It was on a picture disc. I think Invasion Records did the picture disc. But that was back in the day, So this is the first proper vinyl release for this album. My only bone to pick with this, and this was something that I was afraid of, was that when the vinyl reissue did come out, that it wasn't going to use the original album artwork. And of course, it didn't. I mean, this album artwork isn't that bad. It could have been much worse. But I was expecting something a bit more. Because that OG artwork for this Vargavinter album it's so beautiful. But anyways, this is also limited to 500 copies. I have number 377. And I don't think... Yeah, this one doesn't come with a poster like the other one. How fucking awesome would that be to get a poster? To, get like a poster like that size up there. Or the size of the Drawing the Light one on my wall. I think it's called an A2 poster or something like that. Of that original Vargavinter art. That would just be awesome. But anyways, comes with a booklet with lyrics and stuff. I'm not going to show every page, but you guys get it. And then comes on this, I don't know what they call it. It's like a smoky kind of vinyl. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And another album that I now, that it was mandatory that I own in all 3 formats because this, for the longest time, has been one of my favorite Swedish black metal albums. It's just very good. So, if you haven't checked this out from the last time I talked about it, you're fucking missing out. Go check it out. Don't put it off. Excellent album. Vargavinter, Frostfod. Alright, and last but not least, we are going to jump back to Wolfknot. This is Zeit der Cherisker. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, put out through Evil Rising. Still have not heard anything about Wolfknot reissues. Well, I've only heard rumors. I'll just say that. So there's the gatefold. And then it's just fucking black vinyl. Like that. Show you guys the labels there. Yeah. So, this is definitely not one of my favorite Wolfnut albums. I think this one and Toten for Wotan are probably my least favorite. But I think for this one, it was mainly the vocals. Like, the vocals on this album are definitely probably his worst. But overall, there's good songs on here, there's good riffs, and that makes up for it, so, yeah. Plus, I really like the artwork, too. Yeah, I mean, this artwork is just, is pretty cool. I like that. So, yeah, slowly but surely scratching all the Wolfnut records off the want list. I'm only missing 2 now. I'm missing Hydentum and Toten for Wotan, which I don't hold out hope that I'm ever going to own those, but, you know, you never know. Anything could happen. Alright guys, so that's it. I know this is a long fucking video, but if you stayed through the whole thing, thanks for watching. I've said multiple times that this is literally just a hobby for me. I do this strictly for fun. I don't do it to please anybody. I don't make money off this shit. Only other thing I will mention before I shut the video off is I'm still actively putting stuff on my Discogs store for sale, and I'm always constantly lowering the prices to try to get it out of here. So if you check my store out and you find some shit that you want, let me know. If you want to buy multiple things, let me know. We can deal outside of Discogs. I can give you a discount. I would prefer to deal outside of Discogs just so I can avoid the fucking fees. But, yeah. So, check out my Discogs store because like I said, I'm constantly putting stuff up there and stuff is constantly, you know, selling. So, you never know what you're going to find. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next update.